Hi, my name is Maureen Heberly. This is for BI 201, Professor Lane's class, Anatomy and Physiology. I am filming this by myself, so I'm using my skeleton from the lab kit, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to do the camera and hold the skeleton at the same time, so please bear with me. Okay, so for the beginning, we are going to start with the skull. Right here we have the frontal bone, the forehead. We have the zygomatic bones, which are the cheeks. We have the temporal bones, which are on each side of the head above the ears. We have the parietal bone, which is the upper portion of the posterior part of the skull. We have the occiput bone, which is at the base of the skull. We have the cervical spine, specifically C5, and there's seven vertebrae. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. C5 is right here. The thoracic spine, there's 12, and that's specific to T1 and T8. So I'm going to remove my skeleton from its base. So T1 is right here. See if I can get a better view. T1 is right here. And T8 is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's T8 right there. And the lumbar spine, specifically L5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a better view of that. If we can get his arm out of the way. Right here. The L5. Okay, and then we have the sacrum, which is right here. Sacrum, the coccyx, at the very bottom here. The manubrium is at the top of the sternum, right here. And the xiphoid process is at the base, a little angle here, where we guide ourselves when we do CPR. The mandible is the jaw, right here. The maxilla is the bone just above the top teeth and underneath the nasal cavity. The acromonium process is the, let's see, here, the top of the scapula, right here. The hyoid bone, I don't know that we can see it because it's up inside in here, kind of floating where it doesn't really connect to any other bones. The clavicle is, let's see, there's a good view. Right here and right here, goes across. The humerus is the upper portion of the arm bone. The ulna is, let's see, the interior medial part, and the olecranon process, let's see, connects into the elbow right here. Little notch on there. The radius is the lateral portion, the smaller bone. The fourth metacarpal, let's see, is the ring finger. Sorry, I can't hold him and do this at the same time. It's the fourth ring finger, right there. The third right proximal, it is the middle finger. And the proximal is the third section up. I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying to get a better view. 2, 3, right there. Proximal in this case is closer to the hand. Distal is at the fingertip. Let's see what's next. The thumb. The metacarpal phalange. The scaphoid are these bones. Let's see, it's this bone right here, just under the wrist at the top of the carpals. The second left distal interphalangeal, and the distal is the tip of the finger, where the fingernail is. The iliac crest is right here, the top there. That's also the point where they take bone marrow out. The pubic symphysis is the front pubic bone. The acetabulum is over here. It's actually inside where the screw is here. It's this little hole where the femur connects in there. The obturator foramen are the foramen down here. If you can see that, next to the pelvic bone, the pubis. Let's see, the femoral neck is right here. The greater femoral trochanter is this little extension out here. It's kind of rough. The fibula is the smaller bone, and it's lateral. I think get the whole thing in there. The tibia is the thicker, denser bone, and it's medial. The medial malleolus is at the bottom. Let's see, it's right here, the bottom of the tibia. The lateral epicondyle it's out here. It's on the outside part of the lower part of the femur. The patella is right here, the knee bone. The first toe, the distal at the tarsal is the big toe, and the distal is the tip of the very end where the toenail would be. The third metatarsal is in the middle of the 5. It's the third one in from each direction. The calcaneus is the heel. Get a picture of that, the heel bone. Don't want to break that because it hurts. The tarsus is the top little bones here, all the gathering of these bones at the top of the foot before it breaks down into the phalanges. The pelvic inlet, let's see how we can get this. Oops, no, my camera over. There we go. The pelvic inlet, a little heart shape. Pelvic inlet. The vertebral transverse process. There are actually 2 on each one. They are on each side, and it's what the tubercles connect into. Let's see. The odontoid is, it's the notch. I don't know if we can, I don't think we can see it. It's the notch at the very top of the cervical spine. It's just like just a dull little hill there. The true ribs, let's see, I guess we'll do it from the front. There's 7 of them, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The false ribs are 8, 9, and 10. And then the floating ribs are, I'll try to get a good picture. The floating ribs are pretty obvious because they don't connect to anything. The bottom 2, 11 and 12. Let's see what's next. The jugular notch is right here at the very top of the sternum. And the rib tubercles are back where the transverse process is. They're back in here, and they do the connecting into the transverse process for the ribs. The anterior superior iliac spine is here. I'm trying to move the arm. The anterior superior is right here in this area. The posterior superior iliac spine is, sorry, where did we go? Here. Okay, and that completes the skeletal bones. The muscular test will be submitted on a separate video. Thank you.